We've looked at how breakaways work in an inside line video, but how do you actually break away? There are a lot of secrets to a good attack, and we lift the lid on the pro tips. For an attack to be effective, you need to create a gap between your back wheel and the group you're leaving, or for a few riders to be with you at most. This gap is everything, as when you break free of the slipstream effect, it's much harder for riders to chase you back. One of the best ways of achieving this is to attack with speed. Don't sit on the front of a group and try and sprint away, as the chances are you won't be able to get that gap. Riders can just sit comfortably in your slipstream while you flog yourself on the front. In a small group, attack from the back. In a peloton, from about 20 wheels back. Get a run up so that when you pass the first rider in the bunch, you're already travelling much faster. The reaction that you're looking for is to create the feeling behind that no one wants to chase after you, almost that it'll look too hard to do so. Unless you're blessed with a superhuman sprint, you'll likely really need to commit to an attack, almost like a full sprint finish. When you get up to speed, keep your head down and the pressure on. Of course, you need to be aware if the whole peloton has got onto your wheel, but don't keep looking round, just get on with it. You'll obviously not have too many of these attacks in your legs. Committing is effective, but it's also damaging, so we can't stress it enough. Timing is everything. Even a rider like Fabian Cancellara would struggle to break away if his timing was wrong. And in times it feels like a successful breakaway artist has almost got a sixth sense for judging the moment. So when is a good time? On a slight rise in the road perhaps? When there's a lull in the pace of the peloton and you can come at them with speed. The key is to watch other people when you're racing or riding and learn from them. Sometimes the most effective moment to launch an attack is countering someone else's. The bunch will be lined out trying to catch the rider who has just gone. When they then get on his wheel, often the pace eases just a touch and things will bunch up. Now is the time to go, using your momentum to launch yourself clear. Hopefully everyone will be a little gassed from the last one and so will be less inclined to chase you. In a pro race, this process is often repeated for 50 kilometers or more at the start until a breakaway becomes firmly established, so you can imagine how many counterattacks that takes. Cycling is a team sport, so use your numbers to your advantage. If your teammate's attack is not successful, counter it. If yours then fails, another teammate can then go over the top of you. Plan for this in advance if you can, nominate which riders are looking for the breakaway and who gets to sit in and wait for the sprint. A successful attack then is about positioning, timing and commitment.
The most important thing when setting the rollers up is to find a really flat, smooth surface and make sure that the rollers are not moving. Next thing that you have to look at is the length of the rollers. The correct length will be a little bit longer